What's going on, traders? Hope everybody had a glorious Wednesday, trend day. Beautiful moves in the market today. Bulls got paid to the upside, trapping tons of bears for a final push higher in the markets. The S&P daily here closing on the day slightly red, 0.02%. Final print 414.14 as we come into Thursday, tomorrow, April 20th. And before we get more in depth into the markets, if you are enjoying the content that I am providing, the market updates, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, that way you are alerted every time we post new updates about the markets and trading. And I have had a few non-market videos brainstorming that I want to post for you guys, so make sure you keep an eye out for those. I hope to get those out soon. I've just been really busy, but I want to get out some additional content for everybody soon as well. That being said, lastly, of course, this video is for education and entertainment purposes only. So, like I was saying, we're looking out at the S&P 500 daily here as always. And we've been talking now for a few days about the bears potentially coming out of hibernation for a little bit. Now, I was talking before how deep that retracement's going to be. I don't really know. No one can answer that question, but there certainly are plenty of signs potentially pointing to the retracement and turnaround happening in the markets pretty soon. Of course, nobody can time the market perfectly, but I still have not entered that short position I was talking about, but I am probably going to do that tomorrow. Now, why am I thinking that? Well, we are above value here. We are still showing those now. We're really getting into that spicy area here on the Momo, one of my favorite indicators for these type of moves. And we have a nice volume divergence here coming in, lowering volume with price moving up, and we are above value area high on the daily. The other interesting thing that I want to point out here is if we look at the market and this pattern setup, we are up higher, kind of it's not quite an abandoned baby setup, but we could make that argument. And today we pushed up, but what did we do? We couldn't get higher. So technically this candle is putting in a lower high, and that might be another one of the final warnings to show us that we might start to come down. Now, again, could we retrace just only to the 9, only down to 4? Where's the 9 here? 411.60? Sure, that's totally possible. Maybe they defend this trend line. But I'll say that if we start to crack this and crack the downtrend that we have broken over, then it's very possible that we come into test the bottom of this consolidation range again at 410. And if we break that, now again, I don't know how many days it will take, we could break down, come back up, retest the consolidation range, and then come back down. We could be just looking for this 20-day moving average. Look how far price is away from the homeostasis here. So when this starts to happen, I start to get very, very suspicious about the price action. And this channel that we've been moving on, it is very steep, and it can't go on forever, or maybe it can, of course, but the markets could do whatever it wants, but we're kind of getting into a real dicey situation here, in my opinion. So that's what I wanted to go over for this chart. if you aren't interested in trying to tag up here, the safer play, of course, would be the trend line breaks here, and then maybe waiting for a retest, or depending on how you like to trade, a certain candle close under these trends for a swing could be another way to look at it as well. But when we look to this uptrend channel and we see this nice confluence between the 9 and the channel that we've been trading in, it's once we start to break here, it's probably going to open up some of those floodgates again. Maybe we hit the just the bottom of the consolidation range. Maybe we just come in to test the 409.50, big area that I've talked about extensively on the channel, that 409.50, 409.55. We've been over that level before. And then if we do, I would be probably looking for that 407 area, 407.50. So book it, mark it. I've been really happy about how we've been reading the markets over the past few days. So I hope that the video has been giving you guys some value and a bit of a blueprint, at least what I'm looking at the market, and I hope you guys have been learning something from it. That is the main point and my optimal goal. All right, so let's go over the price action a little bit today. Pretty easy day, not too much to get into since we had a nice trend day. The other thing I did want to get into before we did that, so my computer's freezing here for a second. I apologize. Oh boy, where are my daily trends? Oh, here we go. Okay. So yeah, so you see the trend line, everything like that here. Now, but the main thing I wanted to get into was here we also have some interesting call activity. My favorite options flow service, even though I've been doing a lot more futures recently. I still like to know what's going on in the options world. Having some very big call activity, hitting the tape on the 26 calls, 16 million for June monthly expiration, and then July expiration coming in 2.6 million, we'll call it, and 3.7 million plus 730,000. So yeah, now of course options flow, we don't take a trade just off this as well, and we'll never know the true intentions of what these traders or funds or whoever's putting in these orders. We don't know their true intentions. They could be a hedge. We don't know what, it's rare that the bigger institutions just take directional trades like a lot of retail traders do. Usually they use it as hedges to long positions and things like that. But I think it's worth noting, seeing this really big call activity going on in the VIX. So if you guys also are looking for a great flow service, I highly recommend WhaleStream. In my link tree, I do have a discount code in there with my link. If you guys want to sign up, you guys can check out that. The link tree is always in my notes as well. So, all right, let's look at today's price action a little bit, and then we'll get into what we think about tomorrow. Okay. Cool. So now we were talking about, let's go to this one. We've been talking about the price action and how it's been trading in this broader range, the lower highs, the higher lows being put in here. Today we were talking, or yesterday we were talking about potentially seeing a repeat of these days, and that is what we had got, and we sold off in Globex, kind of gap down, and it's a little bit hard to see here. Let me just remove this. I'll redraw it. Okay. There we go, a little bit clearer. So we were talking about this. Check out the last video. Our thesis was that we were likely to see a repeat of one of these patterns again, and we did. So you can see when we sold off, we did actually come, the retracement was a little bit stronger than I thought. I thought maybe we would only come down to basically do a double bottom here, but they were able to push it down a little bit more aggressively, and we came right into this zone. Monday's breakout air. Oh no, this isn't Monday. This is Thursday from the trend line day. This is where we came into this breakout here, and then we were able to push back up and fill the gap to the upside. I had gotten long around 9:45, 10 o'clock, but I was very tempted to take that 41.50 today in futures, but I did not. I just wanted to wait and see how price kind of presented itself a little bit. But God, that 411.50, 41.50 right there on futures, just what a beautiful entry for an all-day rider. Oh Lord, really, really nice. So I do know a few people got it in the chat room, which I was very happy about. But you can see here how we did not make a new high. So that is giving us a interesting shift here. So we had come down into that key level, and I think I showed you guys this chart yesterday as well. I think I may have posted it on my Twitter as well. If you guys don't follow me, it's on my link tree, but also you can just find it _ @shark trader @ _shark trader. You can find me there. But either way, these levels have been here. If you pause the video, you can certainly save them or do whatever you want with them. Came down, falling wedge right into pre-market. I mean, this is just really some of my favorite type of setups here. Coming down, came over, reclaimed here. If you're a moving average trader, sure, high or low. If not, here right into the 9, and then this is pretty much where we had gotten in. 412 was a big level for me, and so I was comfortable taking this trade. I don't recall what it was on futures off the top of my head. Let me see what it was, just for posterity's sake. It was 41.58. Yeah, so I was taking that fine with like about 4-point risk, about under 440, of 41.54.50, probably pretty much under that I would have gotten out. So I was totally cool with that risk. I had a demand there as well, and boom, took that trade, and then we were off to the races. I took some options a little bit later in the day. I got about, well, I know I got in about 130, and I sold them, most of them, at like 196 or something, right around 2. So I don't recall what the percentage is off the top of my head, but I was on Spaces and called that play out live. Pretty sure I got in here. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Around this 413 right here is where I got in. So that was fun. But yeah, it's really easy at this point, especially if you're a moving average trader or price action trader, either way, but you just take it level to level and scaling on the momentum, but no real reason to sell. Uptrend, and this was the channel, that I was talking about earlier that I had to delete when we were looking at the bigger picture. We basically just traded in this channel all day, and it was just boom, 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 higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, flat. This one, kind of an ugly flag here, but still a flag nonetheless. So flag, 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 and that final push. I think Beige Book also came out here, which gave us a little pop. Normally the market doesn't react too much to this, but this was that final squeeze. And then we kind of just went sideways, showed some distribution. I was warning people in the chat. I thought that we might see a little bit of a turn down towards the end of the day. And we did get that. I know a couple of people took the short on that, but I didn't. I was, happy green. I said, I don't need to be a hero. We caught the bottom pretty much. No reason to risk any profits and try to be, a superstar and potentially be wrong and give back anything. So I didn't take the short, but I certainly was suspecting it into the close a little bit. It wasn't even too strong. I mean, I think on futures though, it could have been a bit decent. I think we started seeing that turnaround around 41.83, and where did it sell down to 41.70. It's about 11 points actually. Not too bad of a move at all. But I don't know what that would have equaled to in options. I don't really play 0 days anymore, but could have been probably about 45% if you're a 0 day gambler, maybe 30%, 29%, 20% or something on 1 day out, maybe 20% on 3 days out. So either way, nice little trade there. If whoever got that. Personally, I prefer 10 points on futures than 30% or than 20% on options, but that's just me. Either way, level to level, really nice. Multiple opportunities to get in and just ride this wave. So that was fun. All right, so what do I think about tomorrow? The big question. And let's just see how long this video is going on. Okay, 16 minutes. All right, I'll wrap this up here soon. All right, so what do I think about tomorrow? Well, let's just go to, let me get rid of this too. Remove. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll throw in some future stuff here at the end as well. God, what an interesting chart. Actually, I've been kind of loving this price action, to be honest. I've been having a good time. Been really in sync with the market, and I'm always grateful for when that happens, because that is just not always the case. But either way, we take it bit by bit. And managing risk and position sizing is always number one. All right, so what do I think about tomorrow? We are still, we're back in value here, and we are below point of control. Let's just see where we are on the 5-day. Okay, below point of control, but in value. 4 hour, okay, in value. Okay, so market profile kind of has worked itself out. You can see here though, we kind of topped out on the profile here on the 4 hour. But my guess, and again, these are just, we're really not here to totally predict the market. It's all about reacting. If we break under or, over certain levels, we'll, have plans for both the bear and the bull case as always. And then we just react to our plan as we see price action develop. Now, for tomorrow, I would suspect that we rally in the open. So yesterday I called for a similar move. Right? I called for a similar move in this price action. Now I'm going to be calling for this type of situation, but we're not going to get up this high in my opinion. My suspect would be that we come in the morning, rally up, and maybe we come into this 414, 45, 50, maybe tap this value area high again. Watch out for that trappy bull flag, maybe around 10:30, 11, and then they're going to trap the bulls, and boom, we're going to see that pullback. Now again, I don't know how far. It might be a few days of selling off. I'm not sure how strong the pullback is, going to be. Overall, the bulls are in control, but inventory to me is very exaggerated long, and it seems that we are starting to run out of power to the long side, and indicated by some of those things I was mentioning earlier. But also look at the lower high. We were not able to push up again, so we are starting to create that new trend in price. Okay, so let's watch out here. Now this would be interesting. Now that I draw this trend line, and my OCD is not going to let me keep it this far away from the high here. There we go. Okay. So it will be interesting, because now let's look at this confluence. If we come up to that area I was talking about, and right here into the trend. So boom, we come up, technically make a lower high, and then come back down. We're not interested in that. Probably a better confluence trade would be breaking below this 413.75 area. And then look, we're really going to have to probably sweep these lows under 412.50, and certainly take out 412, and then breaking these lows. I think if we break these lows, the bulls are going to be pretty exhausted at that point, and we'd be likely to come back into 411. Certainly if we sweep that, we're just going to retrace back down. And this, again, I don't know if that's going to be the situation where it happens exactly tomorrow, but if we keep on sweeping these lows, each time we break them, the bulls are just really going to try and fight, but they're not going to have enough power, and they're going to come up and go, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, sell. But if we take out this 410, then ultimately I'm going to be looking for that 409.50 area again, that big area that we have talked about at length. So that is kind of my idea. However, if we do start to break over this and start to make we could double top. We could break over and do a fake out and then double top up here and then come back down. But if we do start to break over these highs and hold, then I'll be looking to come in and retest the highs here. So that's, another scenario. But we would have to sweep these highs and confirm and hold for more than 15 minutes. I would say at least 30 to an hour. So I might be very cautious tomorrow as far as what I'm doing, to see if they don't actually make that move, or they still don't try to trap the bulls and then pull us back down. But if they can in fact hold, then seeing about this POP breakdown candle back into this zone of supply, and then coming back down lower. All right, 22 minutes again. I'm sure I've lost most of the viewers, but whatever, that's fine. I know how TikTok's got everybody's attention span like a goldfish, but what can you do? So, looking at my futures here. All right. So for the futures, I probably would be looking around this 41.77, 41.78. Maybe we come up and back test 41.80 and then head back down. It would be encouraging, for the bulls if we can see, if we could hold 41.75. I think, oh wow, this song came in pretty loud here. I think that would be a good sign, but I'm going to watch to see if they can in fact hold 41.75. That might be a nice area to kind of gauge some strength by, but we'll have to see. Either way, that is my prediction, that we come up, make that new lower high, and then roll back over and start to see some selling into the next few days, where we make a shift and just start to make new lower highs. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm thinking. Certainly here again, if we break 41.50, Watch out to sweep these lows. And then we've got 41.36 and a 3/4, we'll call it, which is Friday's lows. So we'll have to see. But all right, gang, that's pretty much all I've got for you. I hope you have a great trading day tomorrow, and we'll see you on the other side. Take care.